right, I'm here to describe the digidesign C24 against the Avid S1 and Dock. Okay, when you go to Avid, it pretty much says that this is the replacement for the C24. Since I've had the C24 for about almost 8-9 years already, I think I can make a pretty good comparison about this versus that. I guess we'll start with the build quality. Build quality for these is really good. It's really nice. It's modular, as you see. You can take it apart. The C24 was really robust as well, and it basically had 24 channels and a dock, where you are spending maybe about, brand new, that box was about $10,000-$12,000. So if you get if you get 3 fader stocks of this and the dock, you're definitely saving money. However, the C24 already had 24 LEDs, for your monitoring. You can see where everything was going. The automation was a bit fiddly, I have to say. If I was going to use the C24 automation here, once I would engage it, all the meters would stop. So if I was in a mix, doing some stuff, I really want to see what's happening in the track, I wouldn't be able to do that. Like the C24 would shut it all off. This, from what I can see, doesn't do that because the LEDs and everything are on the iPads. I like this as well because it shows the EQ curves, the dynamics, everything you can see on the touchscreen was really good. But the absolute comparison is, I kind of felt in the beginning that this was more of a downgrade than an upgrade. So I waited for the Avid S4, or what I thought the S2 or the S3, where it was all in, kind of like the C24. But Avid decided not to do that and gives you the S4, which is about $35,000. So yeah, if you're out in the market looking for a controller, don't rule out the C24. However, Avid is discontinuing it, and that's what led me to the jump to do this. I've used it quite a bit. Also, I feel the faders here are a little smoother. Not much. The C24 had a similar build quality in terms of the faders. I think these are just a little smoother, but also these are pretty new. The dock fader, however, this is a different animal. This feels way better than even these, and it feels way better than the C24. So if you're looking at the S3, which is a 16 channel, it has these type of faders, so it might be better if you're looking for that. But anyway, the C24 versus the Avid S1s, I really think it's a matter of, new versus old. And, if you have a C24, you won't be missing much here, to be honest. I think this is got more tactile because you can go through the windows. The Yukon does feel better than the U automation system. It just does. I did some brief automation and it really did sound smoother. Anyway, I didn't have to, coalesce the automation after another pass and then again and again until I got it right. This fader kind of got it right where I wanted it to be, and it was smooth enough where I was enjoying it. And all this stuff here, I can now, get the plug in here and affect it here. So this is where the real difference is against the C24. I mean, if you're looking for a bigger all in 24 channels plus a dock attached to it. Everything, yeah, you can't go wrong with the C24. Whether or not that's going to last past a certain point, I don't know. But I got these, and I am happy with it. And there's a few other things here. The dock, for some reason, maybe it's the black, but I feel the shift layer, just because it's over these things, kind of feels confusing. Because when I'm looking at like stop, I see user, and pre-roll, and which is play, and so on the C24, it was bluish, grayish, and a different Avid digidesign kind of color, and the record mode was like an old school SSL or kind of tape machine SSL tape machine remote control, where the record button was it had like a real button, and that I missed from the C24. That was really something great. The automation is literally the same. You have to do the select and do it. But in the C24, my problem was when I bought it used, this stuff was not 100% working. When I fixed it and then sold it, it was kind of like, oh wow, I never even got to use the automation in this way. So it was just saving time. It's not like I couldn't do it, but so yeah. And what these are going to do is set you back, but it's now the iPads. What the hell is going on with that? You see so many setups, and then you see what Avid is trying to sell you, and you're looking at all these. So look, this is a Mac iPad 12.9. Okay? It gives me everything I need to see. I didn't want anything too small. I really, after looking at the S6, S4, how they have a much wider, a much taller screen to fit everything in, it was very similar. So I just said, screw it. I'm going for it. Normally I would never spend money on screens and everything else, but I'm looking at this thing every day, and hey, I just gotta have it the way I need it to work comfortably. Now this has no iPad, but I bought another 12.9 because this just fits it. In fact, it looks amazing, and it's big enough for you to do things on the screen without fiddling around. And for me, using the touchscreen is cool, but as long as I have all my buttons here where I can switch between groups and all this stuff, and spilling the VCAs, or in my case, the groups or folder tracks over, really good. I mean, that's more of a software thing than a hardware thing. But yeah, so everything is going to look good with the 12.9. I'm running a third generation. I was going to get the fourth generation, but then I couldn't justify the money for that. I got these Apple refurbed, and though they were a little pricey, considering else whatever my options were, to me, I felt it was worth the price. And there's a couple of videos say that you shouldn't buy the iPad because once you turn it on with this, it's useless. That's full of shit. To be honest with you, if I unplug this iPad, open it up, sit on my couch, I can definitely watch a movie. So it's inoperative when it's on. Obviously, that's, obviously if it's doing this, you're not going to be able to do something else with it at the same time. But yeah, life goes on, right? I didn't buy it to watch HBO. So this is just a brief comparison between the C24 and these. I could go deeper and deeper and deeper, but I do feel if you're looking at a C24 and you can afford 3 of these and 1 of these plus all the iPads, you might be in a better situation with Avid because, you know, the C24 does say digidesign on it, and I'll be honest with you, it's not going to be around that much longer, you know, maybe if it said Avid on it. Okay, well, at the end of the day, very happy, and we're going to see what this is, what this looks like once I get it set up. All right, buddies. Hope you have a good New Year morning, and this is a brief comparison of the two. I wish I still had the C24 to show you, but it was either that or this, and here we are with this. All right, buddy. Thank you for listening, and I'll speak to you soon.